You'd think a road trip with Dracula would be fun. The dude was like 1 billion years old. Well, maybe not that old. Whenever you talk about years BT, before technology, it all kind of blends together. You could also call those years BS, before showers, since, as I understood it, back when Dracula was a mortal, if you bathed more than twice a year, you were probably royalty. I can be a bit of an airhead at times, but I'm a smart airhead. Yeah, that's a thing. Legally blonde. Hello. I wasn't blonde. Not a law student either. Before I became a daywalker, a vampire whose more monstrous self only shows up under sunlight, I was a red-headed computer geek. I suppose that hadn't changed, but I had fangs now, so I was way cooler than I used to be. Something about this new self was more confident than the old Sienna Cartwright used to be. Having the Grim Reaper's daughter, well, his sister, now that her brother took over the family business, as a best friend, and saving the world together a few times, helped. Of course, if I hadn't met Zoe, I never would have become what I am. Human-ish at night, a bloodsucker during the day. Long story short, vampires abducted me. They tried to turn me. Zoe caught me. Her brother reaped my soul. The theory was, if they kept my body alive until the vampiric venom was gone, they could put my soul back in my body and keep me human. It didn't do exactly what they hoped. It made me what we called a daywalker. Human and vulnerable in all the usual ways humans are at night. Only a few minor features remained. My fangs, for one. My senses improved, but not at all comparable to regular vampires who could see in the dark just as well as in the day. My vampirism wasn't totally gone during the day, but it was absent enough that I barely noticed it, and no one else did either. Unless I smiled too widely. Then, well, I looked like the failed experiment of an orthodontist. I was almost indestructible during the day. In some ways, I was the opposite of regular vampires. The sun made me stronger and deadlier, and if I wasn't jonesing for blood, I loved garlic. A stake to the heart could ruin my day. I hadn't tested it, for obvious reasons, but beheading might do the trick too. I had a brooch, a device enchanted by a goddess and given to the Reapers, that allowed me to keep my bloodthirst under control during the day most of the time. So long as I didn't encounter any blood or anyone with an open wound, it worked. It also had the ability to allow me to travel the astral plane. Basically, go invisible. I could use that ability day or night.